Okay, this is the third part of Glimpses of India. One more thing I want to tell you, boys and girls. Am I audible to you? Okay. One thing I want to tell you. 14 years back, I'm talking about 14 years I spent in Kendriya Vidyalaya. Today, in this day and date, 10th September, I joined Kendriya Vidyalaya at Meghalaya. And today I am telling you, I am teaching you this lesson 10th September I was in Guwahati. Guwahati is the capital of Assam. Oh, do you understand? This is coincident. It is called coincidence. Oh, do you understand? This is called coincidence. Today I am teaching you this lesson, glimpses of India, tea from Assam. And I was in Assam 14 years back. And I was going to join Kendriya Vidyalaya. And I joined at Meghalaya, Shillong. So let us start this very beautiful lesson. Yes, we can start this one. Pranjol, a youngster from Assam, is Rajbir's classmate at Delhi school in Delhi. Pranjol's father is manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjol has invited Rajbir to visit his home during the summer vacation. So actually, there are two students. They were studying together. One is from Assam, Upper Assam, and his father is a manager in a tea garden in Upper Assam, and that is he has invited him to Assam to come to know how the tree plantation is being done there. Yes, so let us start this part of this lesson. Tea from Assam introduction. Yes, the lesson is about two friends, Pranjal and Rajbir, who are traveling to Pranjal's hometown, Assam for the summer vacation. Assam is known for as the tea country. Yes, very I am telling you, Assam is known as tea country. It has the largest concentration on plantation in the world. During their journey, they discuss about the various legends that are known to have discovered tea. Actually, one thing I am telling you, this is not for us. It was the first tea was invented in China, and the tea was brought to India by the English people. And after that, we are addicted to take tea. So many of you people, they cannot get up from the bed. They want bed tea. They are taking bed tea first, and then they are getting from the bed. So this is, I am telling you, we are addicted to that one also. The story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. Beverage you know very well. Yes, tea from Assam summary. The story revolves around the infamous beverage tea, telling us more about its history and discovery. It begins from the scene where two friends, Pranjal and Rajbir, are set to go to Assam. Pranjal's hometown when a tea vendor asks them if they would like to have some freshly made tea. They buy two cups, joining almost every other person in their compartment. From there, the journey begins, and Prajul starts reading his detective book. By Rajbir decide to enjoy the scenic beauty. Beautiful. Understand? They are going to the in the railway, in the rail. So that is by he was. There were soft green paddy fields followed by the tea bushes. Rajvi is very excited on seeing such large plantations of tea, but Pranjal is unable to match the same level because he was born and brought up in Assam. One thing I am telling you, where you are living, from where you are, suppose you are living in Amritsar, scarcely you will go to the Golden Temple. and people far far from the country, they are going to see Golden Temple. Suppose you are living in Agra. There is famous, Agra is famous for Taj Mahal and Lal Killa also, where where Akbar was living. Understand? And none of the people, they don't bother to see Taj Mahal, they don't bother to see Lal Killa, Red Fort. Understand? Because when we are living there, we have no value of those things. So here we have two boys. One is Rajbir, second one is Pranjul, and one boy is from Assam. So that is why he was not concerned about the beauty of the area. Whereas the second boy, he is going from Delhi to Assam. He is enjoying the beauty of nature. Nature has given us. So this is like this. Rajveer is very exciting to see such large plantation of tea, but Pranjul is unable to match the same level because he was born and brought up in Assam. Yes, famously known for the tea country. Visiting there for the first time, Rajiv did a lot of study about how tea was discovered and it dates back to 2700 BC. According to what he read, it was first consumed in China. I told you this one also. First 2700 BC back, tea was first consumed in China. Yes, and reached Europe in the 16th century. And from Europe, it has come to India. When English people ruled over India, they brought tea to India. And from that one, we have started taking this tea. Now we cannot live without tea. Yes, a 16th century where it was mostly popular for its medicinal properties. There are numerous stories as to how it was discovered. One about a Chinese emperor and the other about a Buddhist monk. The former linked the taste of it while the latter used it to get rid of a sleep. Sometimes one thing I'm telling you, people are saying, if I will take tea, I cannot sleep. You people are also saying like this. Am I right, Mr. Aryan? Because sometimes B people are saying, I am I am going to sleep. If you want to avoid sleep, you should take tea. But the same is not with me. If I want to sleep, I want a cup of tea. And after taking one cup of tea, I can sleep. Yes. So this is, and Buddhist monk, the former liked the taste of it, and the later used to get rid of sleep. As they were having this discussion, they reached their destination where Pranjul's parents had come to receive them and take them to their tea garden. On their way, they passed a cattle bridge and gave way to the truck filled with tea leaves, which drew their attention to fact that it was the second sprouting season. Rajbir indeed did a lot of study before coming, which impressed Pranjol's father, and he intended to learn a lot more. This is the story of this is summary of this lesson. Yes, now the lesson begins like this. Chai garam. When you are sitting in the train, and there are so many people, they are coming. Chai garam, chai garam. Understand? They are speaking like this. So a vendor called out in a high pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, "Chai sahib, sahib, you want tea?" He is asking. "Give us 2 cups," Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid, and almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. One thing I'm telling you, everyone is fond of taking tea. Everyone is taking. Understand? Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the country, throughout the world. You know, 80 crore boys and girls. You can come to know that 80 crore cups of tea daily are consumed in the world. 80 करोड़ एक दिन में कंज्यूम होती है चाय. Rajbir said, "View!" exclaimed Pranjal. "Tea really is very popular. Chai means tea, garam means hot, sahib means sahib or sir, steaming means hotly steam, exclaimed means outcry suddenly in a surprise." The scene is set on the train station where a tea vendor asks the two friends if they would like to buy some freshly made tea, hot tea. They decided to have 2 cups of tea, joining almost everyone else in their compartment. With this, Pranjal highlights the fact that almost 80 crore cups of tea are consumed every day throughout the world, while Rajiv remains surprised on listening to it. Indeed, tea is a popular beverage all over the world. You can see the ladies, they are picking up the leaves of tea. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajbir too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was, what is written here, keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green everywhere. Rajbir had never seen such a greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was magnificent view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see, drafting, yes, dwarfing the tiny leaf plants were tall, sturdy, shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes, easily moved doll-like figures. You can see here the meanings of these words, difficult word meanings. Paddy fields means a field where rice is grown. Backdrop means lie behind or beyond, sub as a background too. As far as I could see, for a long distance until something is far away and small, it can be seen anywhere. Dwarfing means causing to seem small or insignificant in a comparison. Sturdy means strong. Amidst means in the middle of. Yes, as soon as the train started moving, Pranjal got engaged in reading his detective book. Both the friends were huge fans of detective books, but Rajbir chose to look at the scenic beauty of the moment. There was greenery all around, something Rajbir had never seen before. After the scene paddy fields came tea plantations. As far as he was able to look, only tea bushes were visible, so much so that the narrator compared it to a sea of tea bushes. In the background, there were hills with dense forest. In between the tea plantation, there were orderly rows of tall and strong trees that were moving because of the wind. It was an amazing view. Yes, it is the first part of that lesson. Train is moving on. They were moving ahead towards Assam from Delhi. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajbir cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, did not share Rajeev's excitement. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has been the largest concentration of plantation in the world. You will see enough gardens to look to last you a lifetime. Billowing means moving or flow and flowing towards. Concentration means cluster. As the train was moving, next Rajbir saw was an ugly looking building with smoke coming out of it. It was a tea garden. Rajveer got excited, but Pranjal, who had seen all of it during his childhood, did not match up to his friend's level of enthusiasm. Pranjal tells him that he have entered Assam, which is known as the tea country. This state has the maximum number of tea plantation in the world. So next part, I have been reading as much as I could about tea. Rajbi said, no one really knows who could discover tea, but there were many legends. What legends? Well, there is the only one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled butter before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said tea leaves. They were tea leaves. Yes, before visiting the tea country, Arjeeb read a lot about tea and how it was discovered. There were numerous theories, and one of which was about a Chinese emperor who had a visit of drinking boiled butter. Once upon a time, when he was boiling the butter, few leaves fell into it and it tasted delicious. It is said that those leaves were tea leaves. Clear to all of you? Tell me another, scoffed Pranjal. We have an Indian legend too, Buddhidharam, an ancient Buddhist ascetic cut off its eyelids because he left sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. Then leaves of these plants when put in hot butter and drank banished sleep. Drank and drunk banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajbir added. As per back 2700 BC, in fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from China. Chinese tea come to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than a beverage. Static means characterized by several self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons. Banished means get rid of. On being asked by Pranjal, Rajbi told another story about an Indian legend named Bodhidharam. Understand, he was Buddhist monk who had cut his eyelid because he used to feel sleepy while meditating. Eventually, tea plants grew out of his eyelids, which, upon consuming after boiling with butter, helped in getting rid of sleep. Further, Arzib highlighted a few facts that stated that tea dates back to 2700 BC and was first consumed in China. Yes, bete. Acha. Again, I will. ओए कारण ना करो bete, you are coming the first time and you are doing so many things here. Now it is visible, bete. Okay, okay. On he was after that further Zeeb consumed after boiling with butter helped in getting rid of sleep. Further, Zeeb highlighted a few facts that stated that tea dates back to 2700 BC and was first consumed in China. All such words such as chai and chini have originated from Chinese language. Tea was introduced to Europe quite late in the 16th century, where it was considered to have medicinal properties. You know very well, it's a medicine. And after that, when we are addicted to it, it has not become medicine, it had become poison for us. Understand? So, boys and girls, I want to tell you one more thing. Before that, everyone knows in olden days when you were not getting sleep, a little bit actually dwa daru, do you understand? But the meaning of dwa daru, daru was daru was used as medicine. Daru, do you understand? Aryan, do you understand? Yes, actually it was just alcohol. It was used as daru, dawa daru, it was used as dawa, and if medicine, understand? And now people, they are getting and getting, they are getting more and more. So after that, it, when you will take a lot of thing, it has a bad effect on the body, it has a bad effect on the body. So that is why, if there is any cough, if there is any cold to a small child during the cold weather, if you are giving him one dot or two dot, one spoon or two spoon, he will get he will get right. So this is, I am telling you, when you are taking the things in abundance, you are getting the things in a big quantity, large quantity, then it has become I am telling you, otherwise it is it is very much we can say good for health. So boys and girls, tea has come from China 2700 BC back, and it was consumed first in China. It has come to Europe in 16th century, and now you can see the train clattered into a Marine junction, and the boys collected their language and collected their collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards the Dakhi Bari and tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed the cattle bridge and entered Dekhi Bari Tea Estate. Clattered means loud noise made by the train brakes. Veered means change direction. हाँ जी। ओहो, who is doing this one? कौन कर रहा है? बेटे जी बच्चे छोड़ रहे हैं बीच में, 4 5 स्टूडेंट्स दे हैव लेफ्ट द क्लास। बेटे कारण, हाँ कारण ऐसे ना कर पुत। हाँ, the train had stopped and the boy reached their destination where they gathered their luggage and boarded the train only to find a platform. There was too crowd. Pranjal's parents had come to receive them. After almost an hour, they reached Dekhi Bari, Pranjal's tea garden after taking a turn and making their way through a cattle bridge. So this is like this. On both sides of the gravel road were acres upon acres of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same length, height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, bearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Bete, I have seen the ladies, those who were plucking the leaves. What they are doing? Actually, one thing I am telling you, they are bringing, and after that they are being there. Yes, we have seen in Agartala. Yes, we have seen in Agartala, and after that the leaves, very soft leaves, they were going to the machine, and after that it has come out as tea. Yes, gravel, small rounded stone often mixed with sand. Ferned means cut away from a tree. Their tea gardens were stretched upon a vast area of land. All the bushes were cut to the same height and they had been taken care of. On the field, tea pluckers were seen bearing an apron and carrying the bamboo baskets in order to pluck the sh- sprouted leaves. Just last one I am going to read. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period. Is not it, Mr. Brua? Rajiv asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming. Pranjal's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Burwa, Rajiv admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. Sprouting period means when a plant sends out new growth. Second harvest of tea leaves in a season. So this is I am reading. On their way to the fields, Pranjal's father gave way to a tractor that was loaded with tea leaves. On seeing this, Arjeeb flaunts his knowledge by mentioning that this is the second sprout period of the year that lasts from May to July and gives excellent yield. Pranjal's father, who seems impressed, replies that he seems to have done a lot of research before coming. Pranjal, who was excited about learning more about the rising beverage, showed his intention of the same. So, boys and girls, this is the lesson. Question answers we will discuss tomorrow. And